let's take a look at our top selections for the... Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. 2 stakes races for 2-year-olds on tap at Laurel Park on Saturday. Let's throw up the field for race number 7, the $100,000 Smart Halo Stakes. This race for the fillies, we're going 3/4 of a mile. The number 2, Out of Sorts, is your 2-to-1 morning line favorite. And Out of Sorts is going out for a Brittany Russell barn that can seemingly do no wrong.
Yeah, they're just winning everything in sight right now, the Brittany Russell barn, that's for sure. We'll see what this horse does, Dan. I do believe that this is the horse to beat, based solely off of that most recent maiden win, Dan, where she earned a 75 buyer, winning by the length of the stretch.
Now, she was up close to the pace in her maiden victory. Let's throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector. It's difficult to project a pace with lightly raced horses. They're still trying to figure out what running styles will work for them for the majority of their careers down the road. But we do know that Street Loot, the number 1, is versatile. She's fast. She can sit. The 8, Swirling Dancer, seems close to the pace. The 5, Prodigy Girl, and especially the 3, Donnie Brook Girl. She looks pretty quick as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, if I had to bet on it, and we'll see how it all plays out. If I had to make a bet on who would be on the lead early, though, I'd take the 3, Dan, Donnie Brook Girl. I don't know if she's good enough to beat this field, but she's fast early.
Perhaps the key to this race is to whether the number 1, Street Loot, can improve from a buyer standpoint. 3 starts, 268 buyers and winning performances. And then this race, a 69 effort in the Maryland Million Lassie. She ran really well in the Lassie as the beaten favorite. Let's take a look at that race right now. Trip to Freedom, the horse that made the lead, is very fast. And Street Loot was put to a hard chase all the way around the turn and into the stretch. She's the number 4, Street Loot. She's eventually going to get by Trip to Freedom. Unfortunately for Street Loot, here comes the closer that got the right setup.
Yeah, I mean, she was a beaten favorite in this race, but boy, I feel like she ran the best race here, Dan. This is a really tough beat for her because, as you mentioned, she did all the hard work in there, chasing a fast horse, finally collared her very late in the game, and then got nailed on the wire. I think she's run well in all 3 of her starts, and I think she can get a good trip. I think she's got enough speed to get up close to the pace, and I'm not sure that she needs the lead.
The number 2, Out of Sorts, has already done a lot for a $1,000 yearling purchase. She was betting her debut. She didn't break well that day. She broke a heck of a lot better second time out. Let's watch that race on a sloppy track. She got up close to a moderate pace. We're turning into the stretch. And for the final 3/16 of a mile, this is just a blowout. She wins by almost 11. 75 buyer, as we mentioned in the open. Have to wonder if the sloppy track had something to do with it, but this filly looks like she's got some potential.
Yeah, she ran a big race here. You can see that there's really nobody running too hard behind her at the end of that race, Dan, but the race was over at that point anyway. We'll see what she does. I mean, she ran better than it looks first time out. Obviously, took a big step forward last time. I think this is going to be tougher for her. I think there were some good horses in here. And her win last time's a little tough to evaluate because it was all first-time starters basically behind her. But she ran legitimately well last time. And if she runs that race back, she'll probably win.
Coming down from Parks is the number 3, Donnie Brook Girl. This one a gate-to-wire winner last time out in her second lifetime appearance. Let's watch that race right now. And she blasted out to the front. She's got a big lead in the stretch. Now, she had a big lead in the stretch in her career debut, and she blew it. But this time around, she's just going to hold them off. You have to be concerned that she hasn't been finishing off her races thus far, and I question what she'd beat in this spot.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like she's in a much tougher race here. You can see a rider keeping her to the whip there late in her maiden win because she was getting tired again. She's very fast early, Dan. I won't be surprised if she's on the lead because she has a lot of early speed. I just couldn't convince myself that she was good enough to hold this field off.
I think a filly that's lurking under the radar is the number 4, Be Sneaky. Well-bred daughter of Into Mischief, certainly well-connected as a Lail Stables homebred, trained by Arnaud Delacour, ridden by Trevor McCarthy. Let's watch her debut. She looked a little green in this race. She made the lead, and once she did, I think she just gets a little bit confused. What do I do next? She's drifting out to the middle of the track. Daniel Centeno really doesn't panic, doesn't get too much to work with the whip, stays to a hard-hand ride, and Be Sneaky is eventually going to hold them off. She obviously has to improve from a professionalism and buyer standpoint, but I think she's all potential.
Yeah, me too. And we'll see if she's ready to, take a step forward and just be more professional now. Because I thought she did a lot of good things in that debut, Dan. Obviously, you don't like to see the way she was drifting, but I thought she did all the hard work in there. Wound up chasing the pace, very game to take over through the turn, had the whole field come after her. And she just kept finding at the end to hold on in that race. I thought she ran better than the 50 buyer suggests. And that was a 7 furlong race. Not easy to win 7 furlongs first time out.
There are only two-time winners in the field. One of them is the 1 Street Loot. The other is the 5 Prodigy Doll. Now, she began her career at Churchill Downs, and she faced some pretty good maiden fields, including one that included recent stakes winner Joy's Rocket. Now, after the Joy's Rocket race, she went through the auction ring. She was bought back for $40,000, and it appears she was privately purchased after that. She's done nothing wrong for her new connection. She hasn't been headed from 2 starts, and she just blew him away last time out. Let's watch that race on October the 22nd. She went right to the front. I thought the inside and speed was good that day, but okay, maybe it helped her win by 9 instead of 7. She just pretty much took this field to task.
Yeah, she looked really good winning this race. I mean, she looked really good winning her prior start to break her maiden at Penn National, where she just dominated that field on the lead, but she came back with an even better effort here, Dan. I mean, the horse that was keeping up with her around the turn was the 6-5 favorite, Whiskey and Rye, and she just put that horse away and rolled through the stretch. Very, very impressive win last time.
Number 6, Supreme Blessing, pulled off an 18-1 upset in her career debut for trainer Jackie Savoy. Let's watch that race. This is a daughter of First Crop Stallion Upstart. She didn't break very well. It took a while to get her footing. I like the fact that she showed the professionalism to run by the leader in the stretch. The buyer speed figure came back slow, however. This was the slower division of $25,000 maiden claimers for 2-year-old fillies. This is a big step up in class.
It feels like it's probably going to be too much for her. That she lands in a pretty tough race here. Did some nice things first time out, and the upstarts seem like they're real runners, Dan. But it feels like she's going to be a big price again in here.
And if you thought that was an upset, that's nothing compared to the 7, Doc 7, who won her career debut at 59-1, going 4.5 furlongs over the polytrack surface at Arlington. It didn't look like a 59-1 shot. It went right to the front, never was headed, beat 2 next out winners, has to deal with a surface switch, has to deal with a layoff. Something tells me this pace is going to be a lot faster.
Yeah, a lot of things are different for this filly this time. But you're right. I mean, she ran legitimately well to win her career debut. I know she was a huge price. She didn't look like it. Had good speed, never looked like she was going to lose that race. I thought she ran very well first time out.
A winner that was green but game in winning her debut completes this field. The 8 Swirling Dancer, Stronach homebred, bred in California by Fort Larned. Let's watch her debut. It's an off-the-turf race, but she showed good speed from the outside. She's on the rail. She's on her left lead. She's the number 10. And it looks like here, maybe she'll run 4th. And she just keeps finding just a little bit more. And somehow, some way, here it looks like she can't win. And she's going to win.
Yeah, very game here. I mean, we'll see. I think things are going to be a little different this time, Dan, because she easily cleared to the lead from the outside post when she won that day. Something tells me she's not going to easily clear the lead from the outside post this time. I feel like there's way more speed and way more talent in this field, but I still felt like she did some good things. She was very green in the stretch without changing leads, but I like the way she dug in to hold on.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Smart Halo Stakes, race number 7 at Laurel. We're in agreement. We like Street Loot. She's done little wrong in her career. Just nipped last time out. Again, we both thought she probably ran the best race in the Maryland Million Lassie, and she's going to be right there when they swing into the stretch.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it, and it feels like there's no way she's going to be the favorite this time either, so I like that about her as well. I just feel like she's run well in all 3 of her races, Dan, and I don't see why she can't get a good trip from the route.
You're going to go 1, 4, 2, and 8. I'm going 1, 5, 2, and 7. And the $100,000 Smart Halo Stakes, race number 7 at Laurel on Saturday, is an approximate post time of 3:46 Eastern. Good luck.